Hi Scorpio, how are we today? Just doing our weekly readings. This week we are doing super quick check-in type messages. I have gone a little bit over the expected for some of the readings so far, but I am trying to keep them a little bit shorter today, just sort of quickly checking in, with Christmas coming so close there. I do have a lot of other commitments, so we may see some shorter readings coming through in this next month or so. So I do apologise if that's of annoyance to anybody there. But I will still be trying to bring you some really valuable messages, and those all signs readings I do like to do every weekend as well. I'll still be focusing on those as well, coming into the Christmas period, New Year's, all that sort of stuff. All right, but today we are I've got the Inner Child Oracle, all the pale coloured decks today. I do have the Owl and Magpie lenormand, as well as the Soul Connections When Two Hearts Meet Love Oracle. Getting into it for you, Scorpio, make sure you do click subscribe if you're not already. I do really appreciate that as well. But Scorpio, what is going on for our Scorpios? Scorpio energy. What does Scorpio need to see right now, please? Scorpio. Joyful expression. Singing in the shower, Scorpio. It's safe to let go and have fun. All right. I do feel as though for a lot of you, this is for the rest of the year. I kind of feel here, Scorpio. There's this energy of just having fun. It's kind of like, because I am picking up for a lot of you, Scorpio, that next year it's time to get serious about something. So this is kind of like the time for you to have fun. Get it all out of your system, because next year you may need to knuckle down and focus on something specifically. We'll have a look when we get to the January readings. We'll see if we can delve into that a little bit for you. But right now I'm just picking up that, Christmas time, just trying to enjoy it and express yourself in a positive, happy kind of a way. Fake it till you make it for some of you as well. Like, it's that energy of, how when you Christmas carols, for example, you're singing along and you force yourself to go along. You're forced to go along to the Christmas carols. And so you go along and you singing along, whatever. But then, the more and more and more that you're doing it, it's like you actually start enjoying yourself. And then next thing you know, you're like singing full pelt, actually like lost in the moment, just enjoying the moment and singing. I'm kind of getting that sort of energy here. So you may need to force yourself to sort of begin with, Scorpio, but it's about just having fun, and enjoying Christmas, in the New Year period here, because like I said, for some of you, it's like while you can, enjoying yourself and letting loose while you can, because, you may not be able to do that quite as much next year. I don't know why, but I am just picking up for a lot of you next year is going to be like, that's it, time to get serious, or there may be some big changes occurring that you're having to focus on, other things where, I'm just picking up on quite a bunch of different things there. I'm picking up, for some of you, it's, time to knuckle down and, that's it. I'm getting serious about this now, whether it's work, your actual career rather than job, or whether it's like something else more like some of you maybe sort of, it's time to get serious about, where I want to be in the next 10 years. And there's some changes that you're needing to put in place. Like for some of you, it's moving, and securing, a location or something like that, that's coming through here as well. For some of you, it's actually a relationship that's sort of, you're wanting to really just focus on your relationships next year. and so there's just not as much time to go out and about with friends, and because you're actually focusing on, different types of relationships. So, I do feel that with this joyful expression, it's just getting out and about and having fun with friends and children. If there's children in your life, doing silly things with children, and just by yourself as well. Because, for some of you, enjoy it while you can, because this is the last time that you're going to be able to go to that event by yourself, and just enjoy it as a single person. Be aware of that. Okay, we also have inner tangle. I am strong, fierce, capable, and free. Okay, so the energy of this card is actually a little bit different to what it looks like. So, it's called inner tangle, and you would think that it means that you're getting tangled up in something. But I feel as though for a lot of you, Scorpio, this is actually quite the opposite is true. Knowing that no matter how many people try to tie a rope around you, that you're free, you're strong, you're fierce. You can escape this little rope that you throw around me. You can't tangle me up. I'm picking up that there's someone out there, there's a Scorpio out there. Just when you're doing the Christmas I am just getting a very like an image of somebody tangled up in Christmas lights. So make sure there's someone around to help you with the Christmas lights, okay? Because I'm just sort of getting this image of someone like stuck, wrapped up in Christmas lights, and there's no one to help untangle them. It may be a very physical inner tangle for someone here. So, but with that inner tangle message anyway, it's you're strong, fierce, capable, and free. So even if you get wrapped up in them Christmas lights, it's always something you can do. Roll over to the table, get some scissors or something, and chop yourself out of the tangle. Always something. Oh, that's funny. Okay. I'm serious, and I'm like, now I'm seeing someone else who's like opening up like a bag or a box or something with all the Christmas lights, ready to hang them out, and they're just like this giant tangle, and you're like, throw the whole box out. I'm just going to go to the shop and buy more. I'm not dealing with this. Okay, Scorpio. So I do just want to add there as well, because I'm just getting such strong messages about Christmas lights for you, Scorpio. If you have not yet got Christmas lights up, that may actually be part of your joyful expression. Bringing yourself a little bit of Christmas cheer, expressing that I'm going to try to be joyful and just enjoy life, and put some lights up. Okay, it doesn't need to be anything fancy. Scorpio, any messages for Scorpio? Scorpio energy, anything important Scorpio needs to know about right now? Any advice or messages for Scorpio? Clarify that third card, please. Clarify that third card. Oh. Very interesting. Very interesting message here. Firstly, we have the crossroad. So yeah, like I kind of was picking up on, this is maybe the last chance to enjoy this current path that you're on, because the path is diverging. The path is changing. The path will change. Okay? You're coming up to like a crossroads in your life where things are going to change. But, it feels like it's very much for the better. All right? And for some of you, this may not be the path that you're expecting to be walking. All right? It may be very unexpected for a lot of you. It's really just wanting to tell me more about this. Next year is going to be a big one for you, Scorpio energy. Okay? You are coming up to a crossroads where you kind of need to choose. For some of you, you need to choose to enter into new patterns for yourself. Okay, so for those of you where you do start to experience that need to knuckle down at work or within your career, it's talking about, changing the cycle, the pattern of how you approach work, how you, how much time, energy, you put into work, the pattern, whatever pattern you have currently when it comes to work or career, changing that pattern, breaking free from this current cycle where you're not giving it your all. And then, next year you're moving into a cycle where you are. So I'm picking that up for some of you here, but for others of you, because I'm kind of picking up that, if your career and your work, you feel as though there's nothing wrong with the current cycle, that you already are giving it your all, that's not work. That's changing for you. It's an actual relationship coming through next year. For a lot of you, it's a relationship coming through next year. But for others of you, it is just changing the patterns of your life, changing the cycles that you've been sort of stuck in, and you've approached things in certain ways, and you're kind of breaking free from that and trying things in a new way, and approaching things differently, more sort of hands-on, knuckles in kind of thing. You're willing to put in the work next year one way or another. We have the mountain here as well. Okay, so the mountain, it can talk about obstacles or delays, but I don't feel as though it's actually talking about, I feel as though if there has been any obstacle or delay, that is, within your own mindset, that there's an obstacle in that area. So that your mind has been blocked when it comes to work or relationships up until now, up until next year. All right. So this blockage is passing. You're like, I feel like it's right at the start of January somewhere for you guys here. For a lot of you, it's right at the start of January somewhere. I'm getting the 5th, around that time period is when you reach the very top of that mountain. All right. And that's when you start to know exactly where you're going. You know exactly what you want to get out of this situation. That was clarified by the stars. So it's like, that's it. I have this clear goal for 2025, and I am going to achieve it, no matter how disciplined I have to keep myself, no matter how much hard work I need to put in here. I have a very clear goal. I have a dream. I have a wish that I want to achieve, and I'm going to achieve it. Okay, so for some of you, that's with this relationship. You may be meeting somebody, or you're having all of a sudden you have this very clear idea at the start of January that, do you know what, this is what I want. I want to approach relationships, and I want, this is, whatever it is that you personally wish for when it comes to relationships. I'm willing to put in the work this year to get that for myself. All right, and for some of you, I do have quite a few signs coming through here. So we do have Taurus, we have Capricorn, we have Libra, as well as Aquarius. Okay, so it could be any of those signs, or someone with strong placement in those signs, if that's a relationship for you guys as well. But we'll double check here with the love oracle and see what they want to say to add into that as well. Scorpio, what's going on for Scorpio? What does Scorpio need to know in regards to love and romance? It's just wanting to tell you about next year a lot of the time here. Cupid, definitely something coming in for a lot of you next year. Love is in the air when Cupid is around. All right. So, definitely some love is in the air energy coming through. For a lot of you, I do feel as though this is looking into next year's energy a little bit here, but that seems to be the most important thing for you to be aware of right now, that this is definitely your last chance to, play the field, be single, go out and party with your friends. You might not get the chance to next year. Okay. The Cupid does talk about new energy as well. So it's probably somebody that, even if you know of this person, you may not have actually, gotten to know them, on a personal level. All right. But Labyrinth, even when you feel lost, there is always a way through the labyrinth. All right. So you're finding that out now. That's that tangled energy. There's always a way. There is always a way. You can just roll around until you can get something sharp enough to cut through them Christmas lights, yeah? There is always a way through the labyrinth. If you feel lost and stuck and confused about which way you're going, you can always just climb straight over them hedges. You don't have to stay down in that maze. You can literally like just body slam through some hedges and make your own way through. Climb up the hedges and, oh, look, now I know where the exit is. There's always a way. There's always a way. So I feel like that's sort of talking about, you've been feeling lost in this area. This is why it feels very unexpected for you for this change next year, because you have felt confused and lost about this. You're like, oh, there's no way out of this. But, start of January, there's going to be some clarity come through for you, and you're all of a sudden going to be like, that's it. I'm going to knuckle down. I'm going to go for it. All right, so that's what we've got for you today, Scorpio. You're more than welcome to check out your other placements, of course. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all again soon.